So the point total is very tight here. And a reminder that at the end of every lap, the first three across that start-finish line, they're accumulating points. 3, 2, and 1 for the first three. And then once they get down to the final lap, a massive 30 points for the first rider across the line. 15 points for second, 12 points for third. So just about everything can change when you come down to that last lap of racing. And the question today is going to be, how will the heat have had an impact? How much of a toll will it have taken, and how much will that take out of the legs and the lungs of the sprinters who are going for those massive points? And how much of an upside down turntable will we see in the standings because of it? Well, 7 laps now left to go. 4 points separating the top 2 teams who have been the most dynamic and animated of this entire first half. CCB, Alpine Carbon, Levine Law Group, and Fount Racing.
Look at that intensity. Look how hard, man. The temperature, the intensity, the racing, the heavy breathing, trying to be able to cool off. It's just, you're going 100%. The patience and the mentality of sitting in and conserving is all thrown out the window here at NCL. It's a whole different ballgame right now. Fount picking up more points.
The move is made by CCB, trying to accelerate here. Fount very patient though, sitting at the back. Shaffey. Now she comes up on the right-hand side. Again, 30 points for first, 15 for second. That's what's on the line here, and it's going to be Shaffey who comes across. Ali Shaffey for Fount Cycling to get 30 points. CCB gets 15, and Roxo trying to hang on for third, which will be 12 points here.
Huge win for Ali Shaffey, a biggest win of her career to be able to take this, so congratulations to her. Jacqueline LaRoche trying to be able to hold on. The field is coming right now. The speed difference is massive. Paulo Munoz coming right over the top. LaRoche is going to be passed meters from the line. I believe LaRoche is actually going to hang on for fourth, but it's going to be Miami Knights coming through with Paulo Munoz picking up those points. What an incredible ride by CCB and Fount Cycling, thank you.
And then Miami, not much of a factor all day long. They do get the third place points of 12. So as they look long term, and oh, we got some pushing and shoving here. The Denver Disruptors and Miami Knights not happy here. Some controversy as they cross the line, a little stiff arm, but no doubt of this entire series, this being the last race of the 3 here in the inaugural season. This is the biggest surprise that we have seen so far here in the event.
Massive results for both of these squads, first and second. And again, I told you both of them are going to be very proud, and they should be. But Fount Cycling coming out on top with 99 points, CCB with 88 points, Miami Knights 37. And again, now it's going to be the second half coming up as our men are going to try to add to the points to be able to see who can come out and win your NCL Cup Atlanta 600. Looks like about 8 riders now separating themselves. Denver Disruptors going to pick up some points.
Some bumping.
A little bit of bumping from Clever Martinez sitting in second, but that'll be 3 to our Denver Disruptor rider. 2 points to Clever Martinez, 1 point to Mike Spikes, and then they need to work together if they want to be able to get up the road. 8 riders now, I will say about a 6-second lead, and then behind it's strung out. It is just one long line as we see the replay right here coming through for the points.
10 laps left to go, 5 laps away from the pits closing for good. That'll mean no more substitutions with 5 laps remaining.
Oh, look at it, it's blown up. 7-rider break, there are just guys everywhere. So that's Gomez in no man's land. Texas Roadhouse in the back here, and not sure that's the other Miami Knights rider. And so this is proving a little bit more difficult. I talked about in the beginning of the race, Steve, Denver wants to make the race as hard as possible. They want to keep the pressure on. They feel like they have a stronger team. They feel like they have a more fit team. They don't have the speed, and right now it looks like it's working because Denver is going up the road. Miami now starting to struggle, and again, if you give Denver the final win with 30 points, they will have the opportunity of moving in front of Miami Knights and taking the victory after 3 races of the NCL. Coming up right now, remember, it's only 9/10 of a mile around, so we are getting down one final hairpin, then a gradual wide turn until we get into the sprint. And again, Very slow speeds. Riders aren't used to sprinting from this so slow of a speed, so it's very different than what you see in a traditional criterium. Will somebody take a flyer, or are they willing to let it all come down to the final burst of speed?
That's what happened last week in Denver. It was the Disruptors against the Knights, sprinting on the final lap for the 30 points that made the difference. It was decided by just millimeters, just a sliver of a wheel. It went to a photo finish that was reviewed multiple times. It could be the same exact scenario here today, but for a much bigger prize for the season-long NCL Cup.
Clever Martinez just sitting on Van Rensburg. It's the rider in the blue sitting in second position. Van Rensburg's going to end up leading it out. What kind of slipstream? Martinez goes first in the blue jersey. It's all out. Van Rensburg pulled his foot out. He pulled his foot from his pedal.
And
it's
Miami's going to win. Miami is going to win the inaugural NCL Cup. Denver faded. They made the mistake late. The foot came out. Martinez with the glory for the Knights, and Miami brings home the hardware today in Atlanta. The final points here today as Miami makes it a double win. The race and the cup today at the NCL Cup Atlanta 600. And as I was alluding to earlier, here now are the overall season-long final standings for this inaugural NCL Cup series that started in Miami, raced in Denver last week, and finishes today in Atlanta. Miami on top with an overall point total of 369 ahead of Denver in second, and Goldman Sachs ETF's Texas Roadhouse in third.